Hello all. In this video, we will be seeing how to add interactive lesson plan to our course. For this, I'm going to choose my course ENG 0601 LM, that is my LFE course. To begin with, I will turn my editing options on. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add an interactive lesson content to my second week. One tip in order to make this process effective is that to have in your hand ready a document with content that you're going to post in this particular lesson. So let us begin. To begin with, I will click add an activity or resource and I will choose the option lesson. Here, I'm just going to give a title for my lesson. So I'm going to give it as Reflections in Service Learning. Or I'm just going to give reflection in service learning. And I'm not going to add any description. In appearance, in display menu, I'm going to give it as yes. Availability, I'm going to enable it only from tomorrow. So I'm just going to choose 18th. I'm not going to give any time limit as I'm not going to grade this activity or make it, a very time bound activity. So I'm not going to enable it. And in flow control, allow student review, I'm going to choose yes because the allow student review option allows the students to navigate through the lesson again from start. They can go through the lesson again and again, and I want to encourage that habit. So I'm going to give yes. I'm not going to touch any other options. And in grade, I'm going to keep it as none. I'm not going to grade this activity. If you want, you can grade this activity and take it for continuous assessment. In common module settings, we are not going to touch anything. We are going to ignore restrict actors also. So next we're going to see activity completion. As we give it for quiz and any other activity, we are going to say show activity as complete when conditions are met. Student must have viewed this activity and they must reach the end of the lesson page to complete this activity. I'm not going to touch any other options. I'm just going to give save and return to course. If you see, a lesson has been created. Reflection in service learning. Now, I should not touch the edit here. I'm just going to click on the lesson to add content for it. So, what is a lesson structure? A lesson structure is actually a different content put together under a topic. So, for example, under this lesson, reflection and service learning, I can create a content page, I can ask questions to them, and if the student answers the right question, I can allow them to move to the next lesson. Or in case the student answers it wrong, I can give them an option and I can redirect them to another content page to make them learn it effectively. So this helps us to see whether the students have attained their knowledge. So first things first, I'm going to create a content page. So the title would be Reflection in Service Learning. And what should be the page contents? As I told you already, I have my content ready. So I'm just going to copy my content. I'm going to paste it here. And then I'm going to give a different makeover. Since this is a quote, I want it in medium heading. I want it in middle. And I want a space after that. I'm going to bold this also. And this is the major part where the students will go through it. And here is a video. So I'm just going to give a lead to this video to better understand the concept of reflection. Watch the video given. And this is a YouTube link that I've already browsed through and I found out. After they watch this, then I can actually sum up the characteristics of successful reflection, and I'm going to make these as bullet points. So where did I get this content? The initial introduction part, I have gone through a lot of articles and pages online and offline, and I have written on my own. I have edited a bit and I have presented it in my own words. And this part, the characteristics of successful reflection, I have taken it from the facilitator's guide for LFE, from LFE. So this is my content page. All the ticks should be here. And then where should the page move to? So what will be my next content? So now I have given an idea of what is reflection in service learning. Now I should find out whether they have actually understood the concept of self-learning. So I'm just going to give understanding reflection. And I'm just saying jump this page. Since I have not created the content page understanding reflection, I'm just going to leave this right here now. And I'm going to save this page. If you see, a content page has been created beautifully. Now what I want to do is I have to create this content. So I want this content to be a questioning session. So I'm going to add a question page here. It is going to be a multiple choice and I'm going to add a question. The page title, remember we gave it as understanding reflection. I'm just giving the same title. In page content, I'm going to give the question which I've already prepared here based on the learning in the previous content. So if you are giving more than one right answer, then they can choose multiple answer, which I'm not going to give. And I have two answers. You can give more than two answers, but minimum two answers are mandatory. So this is option A. This is option B. So I'm going to post it here. So the students learn to connect experiences and work based on their conclusions. So I'm just going to say if they choose answer one, my response will be good job. And jump to next page, meaning if there is yet another content, they can move there and the score will be 1, meaning this is the right answer. So the students discard previous experience and work based on new experience. This is the wrong answer. Then I would say probably tough luck. Let's go through the let's go through the content again. And I'm going to jump to reflection in service learning page, meaning they have to go through the content again. You can give as many options as these and you can create as many content pages also. And now I'm going to save page. And remember, after this content is over, it should redirect to understanding page. So I'm going to edit this part. I'm just going to edit, and here automatically understanding reflection page is visible. So I'm going to jump. So save page. So let us preview and see how it looks. So when the student clicks on the service learning tab, immediately they'll see this content page. We do not learn from experience. We learn from reflecting on experience by John Dewey. And then they will read this and they will watch this particular video. The video will play here. And then they'll learn the characteristics. And then after this is over, they can click on this tab, Understanding Reflection. And they'll be brought to this page where there is a question. Which of the following happens after reflective learning? So the student can choose the option. So for example, I'm going to choose the wrong answer and submit. Your answer is this. Response, tough luck. Let's go through the content again. When I click continue, they will be redirected here. So what happens when the student chooses the right answer? So after she chooses the right answer, it will say, good job. And when I continue, it will say, congratulations, end of lessons reached, unless and until you have another content given here. So this is how we create a interactive lesson content in our course. So we have our lesson menu also. This is also enabled immediately so the students can choose if there are multiple branches. So I'm going to turn my editing settings off, and we can find here there are 2 lessons to be learned for that particular week. So we have the lessons option, and if we need to edit at any point of time, we can choose edit, and we can edit by clicking this screw symbol. And this is a very small example of a simple branch in lesson. Let us see about multiple branch in a lesson in the next video. Thank you all.